Tonight on the Q30 Newscast, the Quinnipiac community is mourning the loss of a fellow student.
And Quinnipiac student government is hoping to use their weekly surveys for change around campus.
All this and more coming up.
Live from the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Daniel Keith.
And I'm Kelly Novak. Nathan Orsini, a member of the class of 2017, passed away on Tuesday morning after his year-long battle with brain cancer.
Vice President and Dean of Students Monique Drucker issued a statement earlier this evening offering her condolences to the family and friends of the 21-year-old honor student. His Facebook page was also filled with messages about and photos about the positive impact he left on others.
Orsini was on campus in September for the annual Relay for Life event and delivered the opening address. Since Orsini's diagnosis, he was filled with positivity about his incurable and inoperable cancer.
Getting a diagnosis of cancer is incomprehensible until you go through it. Really begin to appreciate everything around you. It opens your eyes to new experiences. In my case, there's one eye. You really don't know how much you take for granted in life until you're faced with something like this.
Services for Orsini will be held in his hometown of Belvedere, New Jersey. Additional details and Drucker's complete message are posted on MyQ.
Do you fill out the Tuesday too? The Student Government Association's weekly survey has more of an impact than you may know. Q30's Matt Morris sat down with SGA's Vice President for Student Experience to learn all about it.
You get the email every Tuesday, but do you fill out SGA's weekly survey? It's an important part of how SGA comes up with its initiatives based on student concerns. I sat down with Lindsay Banks, the Vice President for Student Experience, who heads up the survey every week.
The whole purpose of Student Experience is to kind of have this ongoing conversation with the student body. And a lot of that can come from whether it's events or focus groups or whatever it may be. But most of that conversation is coming through collecting some sort of data. Whether it's qualitative or quantitative. And the Tuesday 2 is really the most consistent way to have that conversation. And I think it's a really cool way to directly involve all of the students in what we're doing here.
While every week this year, SGA has had over 600 responses, a truly representative survey has 20% of the population respond. Lindsay sees room for growth.
My goal next semester is to try and get it so every week we're getting about 1,000.
We spoke with Quinnipiac students about what they think of the Tuesdays too.
I always fill out the Tuesdays too because I like to keep up with what SGA is doing.
I like Tuesdays too because I think it's cool that they take student input and make decisions based on it.
SGA hopes that with each Tuesday that passes, they'll get more responses. I'm Matt Morris, Q30 News.
And the way that Lindsay plans to use that data is already happening. On Wednesday, SGA's Student Experience Committee held an event to encourage students to express themselves. This comes after a Tuesday 2 found that 61% of Quinnipiac students surveyed don't feel comfortable expressing themselves openly all the time. Hoping to break down the stigma, the committee took pictures of the hands of different QU students and asked them to complete the sentence, quote, "I feel I cannot express." And in more student government news, there are open positions for next semester. With some representatives studying abroad or stepping down, there are positions open in both the class of 2017 and 2018. Usually the open position would go to the runners-up from the last election, but if there's not anyone left on the list, the process is a little different. Students still have to get signatures and fill out paperwork, but the representatives are internally elected by SGA in a special election. Anyone interested in running can contact the student body vice president, Carly Veeding.
And on Wednesday, Quinnipiac held a symposium about campus rape. Title IX expert Dr. Jennifer R. Weiss was one of the keynote speakers. Q30's Sarah DeJamo has the full story.
Quinnipiac hosted a campus rape symposium where students were able to learn about sexual violence and voice their ideas and opinions. Title IX expert Jennifer R. Weiss came to Quinnipiac on Wednesday to discuss rape culture on college campuses. She talked about how prominent this issue is in college and how we can prevent these occurrences. She also brought up how many colleges choose not to talk about this issue. After her talk, her and students were able to exchange ideas and opinions. Some ideas that students had for improving Quinnipiac's sexual violence prevention methods included putting up posters throughout the campus to raise awareness of the issue and having students tweet and share links about sexual violence activism. Also, students suggested that we take action when we see potential sexual violence incidents and avoid being a bystander.
What we find nationwide is that 1 in 4 to 1 in 5 students have experienced sexual assault throughout the course of their college career. 20 to 25% of female students have experienced some form of sexual violence while in college.
I think bystander intervention, which is something the school started to implement through Title IX requirements, is really important. Things as students we can look out for each other and kind of make that like girl code, guy code.
We need to come up with a system on who we can contact. Who do you talk to about it? Like, who do you go to? When I went through orientation, there wasn't anything about who I could contact if something had happened.
Overall, our staff and students must all come together to support sexual violence activism. Prevention measures that we can all take can be as simple as tweeting about this cause or stepping in if we see potential sexual violence. I'm Sarah DiGiamo with Q30 News.
Professor Amy Walker's multimedia journalism class got some hands-on experience this semester working closely with TV station WTNH. The students collaborated with the station and reporter Dana Iverson to investigate climate change in Connecticut. The students got to visit the studio and accompany reporters on shoots. Connor Voss, a member of the class, reflects on his favorite part of the project.
I think the biggest thing that I learned is how the newsroom actually works. I went to WTNH one day and we had essentially a round table for about a whole class, hour, 2 hours, and it was actually really cool. Took a trip out to Bridgeport once to a beach. We got shots. My favorite part was actually filming with the GoPro. I really liked that. We interviewed people collecting shells on a beach that might wash away. We took pictures from a park in Bridgeport. Got nice videos of the ferries. That was the best part of this to me.
Last holiday season, Public Safety collected toys to donate to local families as payment for outstanding parking tickets. This year, the department is bringing back that popular system, but with a small change. Until the end of finals week, anyone with outstanding parking tickets can choose to bring a $25 grocery store gift card to the parking office. One gift card equals one paid parking ticket. Shannon Grasso, the parking coordinator on campus, says this idea takes away the bulkiness of the toys and allows families to pay for groceries this holiday season.
In lieu of paying a parking ticket that might be $40 or $80 or more if you parked in a handicapped spot or a fire lane, an opportunity to bring in a $25 grocery gift card, for all of us, it's a win-win-win. We win, you win, they win.
The donations will only be accepted for tickets dated before December 1st.
On Wednesday, Quinnipiac's Residence Hall Council held a benefit dinner for Toys for Tots. Admission was $5 and you got all-you-can-eat dinner. Plus, there was a raffle that attendees could enter. All of the proceeds went towards RHC's purchase of toys for the Toys for Tots email. According to those who ran the event, they ran out of food in almost an hour.
The Chi Omega sorority is working with Macy's National the Make-A-Wish Foundation to host their annual Wish Week here on campus. And on top of hosting a bake sale, they are also selling wish bracelets to students who would like to donate. Students can also submit their wishes, with the $1 being pledged by the sorority for every wish written. Chi Omega will also be hosting a Waffles for Wishes on Thursday, where pancakes and, of course, waffles will be sold for charity. You can find these events and more at the Carl Hansen Student Center all week long. Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, Nicole Kessler will bring us the latest news around Hamden, and Zach Blanchard will tell us about body cameras used by the Hamden Police Department. But first, let's take a look to the weather. Can't stand that rain, can you?
I'm sick of the rain. I hope it improves. Amanda?
Yeah, well, don't worry, guys. That rain is getting out of the forecast, and we have a lot of sunshine. All that and more coming up.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-5600 6477 to make your next appointment at a sheer sensation.
My name is Doug Thoreau. For nearly 90 years, 3 generations of my family have been providing the highest quality repair service. Insurance companies will refer car owners to lesser quality shops to save money. At Thoreau Auto Body, we provide the highest quality repairs with a lifetime guarantee to maintain the safety and value of your car. That's the quality you deserve. Thoreau Auto Body, our best work goes unnoticed.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
In the wake of events in Chicago, the nation's police force has come under tough scrutiny. Now departments across the country are hoping one controversial technology can bring about change, including right here in Hamden. Q30's Zach Blanchard has more.
Police body cameras. They've brought about a big change to how today's force operates on the front lines.
It's a huge culture change, and it takes time.
In about 3 years' time, the town of Hamden has used federal grant money to invest in 75 cameras for their officers, as departments across the country look to do the same. But what effect does it have on how officers act on duty? Professor of Sociology at Quinnipiac, Kim Healy, says the new technology can influence every decision an officer makes.
They're going to think about everything they do, and they're going to process it, and they're going to have to process it quickly. Am I pulling this person over, or am I stopping this person?
While there's a lot of negativity surrounding the use of body cameras, the Hamden Police Chief says it's both about protecting the citizen and the officer.
People behave better when they know they're being recorded, and that's all of us. That's me included.
And that accountability has shown a real impact. One study out of San Diego found that officers wearing body cameras resulted in a 46.5% decrease in personal body force. And Hamden has seen similar results.
We certainly have had a reduction in use of force. We've had a reduction in use of force complaints.
But in analyzing the footage, it's essential to realize the human factor.
I think it's important to know, too, that we understand people, all of our officers are human. They are prone to mistakes. They're prone to maybe slipping a wrong word out. They're prone to becoming unnerved. So we balance the human component.
And Wydra believes his officers' actions have a ripple effect across the country.
Every badge in the country says police. Mine says Hamden. Chief Esserman's in New Haven says New Haven. But at the end of the day, we're all part of this big group. And our actions here impact folks in Chicago and vice versa, as we have seen over the last couple of weeks.
Now, President Obama plans to spend more than $75 million in the next few years as states are forced to embrace this new technology. Zach Blanchard, Q30 News.
Thanks, Zach. We're now going to take a look at news around Hamden, including a silver alert issued for a missing 16-year-old boy.
Here's Nicole Kessler with the latest in local news. Nicole?
Thanks, guys. The Connecticut Lottery announced its November winners, and 9 New Haven County residents made the list. These tickets were all bought at local New Haven County businesses. According to the Connecticut Lottery website, businesses such as J&H Food Mart in North Haven, Main Street Deli in Southbury, and the First Fuel of North Haven were some of the shops that were home to the lucky tickets. Locals won anywhere between $10,000 and $100,000. And a Hamden man and a New Haven woman were arrested on Saturday in connection to a burglary on Pine Rock Avenue. Police caught them standing near the front door of the apartment. The man was holding a screwdriver and forcibly removed the alarm system from the home. He also had with him stolen registration plates. He was charged with third-degree burglary, second-degree criminal trespassing, second-degree criminal mischief, and sixth-degree larceny. There had been no further updates on the woman. A silver alert has been given out for the 16-year-old Hamden boy today. Thomas Asbury is described as a black male with black hair and brown eyes. He stands about 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs about 160 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and tan jeans. There have been no updates so far on his whereabouts, and a photo of him has not been released. And the town of Hamden will soon be installing public electric vehicle charging stations, according to the New Haven Register. Facilities will be paid for by a state-funded grant. Connecticut is paying more than $17,000 for the equipment and installations. The Hamden mayor says the stations will help make Hamden greener and also attract more people to the town. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Nicole. Coming up, Victoria Saha is here with the latest news straight from Hollywood.
And Amanda Hoskins will have your full weather forecast. You know, I can't take this rain. Please tell me it's going away.
Don't worry, guys. There's really warm temperatures coming up and a lot of sunshine for the next week.
It's great news. I'm very looking forward to that. We'll be right back.
We are your source for entertainment news.
Laser Medica Derma Centers is a new philosophy in skincare for all ages. We are dedicated to offering the most technologically advanced and least invasive skincare treatments. Show your Q card and receive 20% off any procedure. We also provide microdermabrasion and Botox treatments, all performed in a relaxing spa environment. We are conveniently located at 52 Washington Avenue in North Haven, just down the street from Quinnipiac's North Haven campus. Call to schedule a free consultation and find out how Laser Medica can give you smooth, sexy skin all year long.
All right, guys, we're going to start off by taking a look at the weather across the country. Temperatures are relatively hot for December. Down in Miami, 79, Orlando, 73. And as we look at the West Coast, Los Angeles, 70. San Francisco, a little chilly at 57 today. And as we move more into the northeast side of things, Boston, 46, New York, 55. Today, temperatures were relatively warm, a lot of rain today, but that rain should be moving out. New Haven, 52, Meriden, 49, Hartford, 46, and Norwich, 53. As we look at the Doppler radar, you can see that there is some rain still coming up here, and it is going to continue raining into the night. Tonight, it will be pretty rainy, not too hard, but some fog. And as you can see, this high pressure area, it's going to move up, but it's actually going to move out, and it's really not going to hit us tomorrow. So today, temperatures were 42, relatively mild. That rain is going to stop, and by midnight, all the rain should be clear. It's just going to be a really foggy commute tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures across Connecticut, 47 in Hartford, 48 in Meriden. It's also 48 in New Haven. Here in Hamden, temperatures are going to be 48. You probably won't need that rain jacket, but there will be some drops here and there. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, as you can see, there is a lot of sunshine coming up. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s next week and throughout the weekend. But as you can see right now, we do have a little bit of rain we're looking at for Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's not 100%. We'll keep you updated. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Amanda. An Olsen twin and a Modern Family star recently tied the knot. But don't worry, not with each other.
And billionaire Mark Zuckerberg celebrated the birth of his baby girl in a very unique way. Victoria Saha is here with your entertainment news.
Thanks, guys. The last remaining star from the Hills is finally engaged. Audrina Patridge showed off her new bling on Monday to the world, announcing her engagement to longtime boyfriend Corey Bohan. Patridge and Bohan made their red carpet debut in 2009 and dated until 2010. They split later that year before getting back together, and once again split in 2014 for a short period before giving it another go. I guess third time's a charm. Congrats to the happy couple. Sorry fellas, Sofia Vergara is finally off the market. The Modern Family star tied the knot with True Blood star Joe Magliano on Sunday at the Breakers Resort in Palm Beach, Florida. Vergara wore a total of 3 white dresses throughout the weekend, but the Zuhair Murad wedding gown that she wore for the ceremony was a real showstopper. There was a total of 400 guests in attendance, and many of them were Hollywood's biggest celebrities. Remember the cute and bubbly Michelle Tanner from Full House? Well, one of the Olsen twins just got hitched this weekend. 29-year-old Mary-Kate Olsen married longtime boyfriend, 46-year-old Oliver Sirkowski, who is a French banker. The couple got married in a quiet and intimate ceremony in Manhattan. The guest list was not revealed, but we do know that Uncle Jesse was not there, as well as most of the Full House cast. Our god of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, is officially a father. Zuckerberg and wife Priscilla Chan welcomed a baby girl named Max yesterday. To celebrate the occasion, they announced on Facebook that they will be honoring the newborn baby girl with a pledge to give 99% of their Facebook shares, which is currently about $45 billion, to join others in improving the world for the next generation. Thanks, guys. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Victoria. Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, Maury Hirschgordon will have a complete update in Bobcat sports.
And this week's edition of Quinnipiac will show us how one organization has affected a senior over his 4 years here at QU. Stay with us.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
My name is Doug Thoreau. For nearly 90 years, 3 generations of my family have been providing the highest quality repair service. Insurance companies will refer car owners to lesser quality shops to save money. At Thoreau Auto Body, we provide the highest quality repairs with a lifetime guarantee to maintain the safety and value of your car. That's the quality you deserve. Thoreau Auto Body, our best work goes unnoticed.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Welcome back. We now turn to the latest in the world of Quinnipiac sports.
Maury Hirschgordon has all that you need to know for this week. Maury?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, busy week in Quinnipiac sports. The end of fall sports, though, happened, and the Quinnipiac women's rugby team came away with Quinnipiac's first national championship. They defeated the Army Knights 24-19 in the NCVWRA National Championship. Becky Carlson and her squad worked tirelessly all year and defeated Army in the national championship game. The third matchup of the season, the team split the first two. Quinnipiac got the upper hand in the more important one. And now on to the hardwood. Dylan Fearon and I talked about the men's basketball team's game last night. Check it out. Well, it's December 1st, and that means it's cold outside, and that cold came into Lender Court tonight. Welcome to The Rebound, presented by Q30 Television. I'm Maury Hirschgordon alongside men's basketball beat reporter Dylan Fearon, where the Quinnipiac University Bobcats tonight fell to the University of Albany Great Danes 58-54. And Dylan, you've been watching this team now this year, 5 games in. What were some of your takeaways?
You know, 4-point loss at home, but I see a lot of positives. Daniel Harris continues to show how good he is at basketball. He can score, he can shoot, he can pass, he's rebounding, he's playing tremendous on-the-ball defense. Tom Moore couldn't ask for a better stat line from Daniel Harris tonight when the team only put up 54 points. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, couple steals, no turnovers, and he played the most minutes on the team with 33 minutes. You cannot ask more from a JUCO transfer, only in his 5th game at the Division I level.
Quinnipiac went into the locker room with a 26-23 advantage. Quinnipiac trailed most of the first half, but caught some fire late in the first half due to a nice spark by Abdoulaye Bundu off the bench, with Chase Daniels being in foul trouble. But then it was a whole different story come the second half, Dylan.
You know, once they came out of the locker room, it was cold as can be for Quinnipiac. Giovanni McLean and James Ford Jr., the 2 oldest players in the team, and your 2 best scorers on the team, only had 2 points combined in the second half. That cannot happen if you want to win basketball games. I mean, 2 points combined from your oldest players, your 2 top scorers. That cannot happen. The scoring ended up going on to Daniel Harris, who we just talked about, 17 points in the second half. But you cannot win basketball games if Giovanni McLean isn't shooting the rock and James Ford Jr. isn't making threes.
Giovanni McLean and James Ford Jr., 2 3-point specialists. Quinnipiac a combined 3 for 21 from 3 this game. But now let's go on to the defensive end in the second half. And Quinnipiac played great defense in the first half. 23% from the field for Albany, but then it was 43% in the second half for the Great Danes.
Right, Albany was just able to get to the rack really easily, finish, get to the free throw line. I mean, the game was won at the free throw line for Albany. They had way more free throw attempts than Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac only went to the line a couple times, only had 7 free throws. That's where the game was won. Albany was shooting way better in the second half, hitting threes and getting to the rack.
So now Quinnipiac heads to Buffalo for their first MAC weekend, a long trip up to Niagara and up to Canisius. Some of your thoughts beforehand going in?
It's never easy to win in Buffalo. I mean, we've seen from Quinnipiac 2 years ago, it took a Umar Shannon buzzer beater to defeat Niagara, and last year, Niagara defeated Quinnipiac in double overtime, so it's never easy to beat Niagara. In terms of Canisius, I'm looking forward to matchups because Canisius has Central Connecticut transfer Malcolm McMillan, coming in this year in his grad year. Phil Valenti's back for his junior year. They can rebound Jamal Reynolds. You know, Cassius Robertson's looking good. So I'm looking forward to matchups with Giovanni McLean and Malcolm McMillan. It should be a very interesting game, and it should be a very tough road trip for Quinnipiac.
Tip time for that one is 7 o'clock at the Gallagher Center in Niagara, New York. The next night, Quinnipiac will face the Golden Griffins and Jim Barron of Canisius. For more information, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Q30 Sports and check out our website at Q30television.com. For men's basketball beat reporter Dylan Fearon, I'm Maury Hirschgordon. And all the action continues this weekend. Women's basketball travels to Marist Thursday night in a MAC championship rematch against Brian Georges' squad. And Sunday, they come home for their first MAC conference game against Manhattan. Onto the ice. Men's ice hockey goes to Yale Friday night. That game will be live on SNY at 6:30. Big conference game for the Bobcats. Then they travel to Brown Saturday night. Women's hockey is home against Dartmouth and Harvard this weekend. Don't forget to check out all of our information, our articles, our rebounds. The sports department works tirelessly at Q30 Sports on Twitter and on our website at Q30television.com. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Maury. Next Tuesday, the Legends a cappella group will be performing in the Piazza, but for now, Q30 caught up with one of its members, John Patrick Hogan.
Q30's Camille Bova learned more about how the group helped shape John Patrick and other members in this week's Quinnipiac.
John Patrick Hogan was a freshman when he was approached to join the Quinnipiac a cappella group, The Legends. Now in his 4th year in the group, Hogan has become an instrumental part of where the group is today and where it is headed.
Now that I'm on e-board and sit through all the auditions, when we have about 70 people auditioning trying to get into the group, it's really cool to be able to hear everyone and know their full potential. So once they're in the group, I really like to push people to push themselves to go out for the solo or to sing a little bit louder than they're comfortable with, because I think that there are some people that come in and don't fully have their confidence like I did in freshman year, but I think it's great to be able to do that and to help them show their full potential, and hopefully they can express that in other ways outside of a cappella as well.
Since becoming a leader in a cappella, John Patrick has gained the confidence to join other Quinnipiac organizations such as Pi Kappa Phi Fraternity and the Orientation Leader Program. John Patrick credits the group for pushing other members to break out of their shell and explore leadership roles within and outside of a cappella.
So as a senior, it's kind of amazing to look back at where we were freshman year when there were barely any auditions, not a lot of people knew about us, and now we're completely recognized by the university and singing at a lot of great events on campus.
The Legends have been able to perform at events such as Relay for Life, hockey games, parent association dinners, and more. Be on the lookout for the Legends Showcase this semester. Camille Bova, Q30 News.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of the Q30 Newscast.
Be sure to stay updated with our news team throughout the rest of the week by following Q30 News on Twitter and visiting Q30television.com.
I'm Daniel Keith.
And I'm Kelly Novak. Have a great night.